So there, it is Thursday, and that can only mean one thing. It is Thursday's House of Games. I'm Richard Osman. All week, 4 famous faces have been battling each other for the opportunity to put their hands on this beautiful trophy. Our players this week are Michelle Ackerley, Matt Forde, Judy Murray, and Fred MacAulay. Welcome, welcome. Now, Matt, we're going to have to start with you.
Oh.
OK. What a masterclass that was yesterday. If there's any youngsters who've always wanted to do House of Games professionally, show them the tape of that. Just everything you did went right. Well,
what this is teaching me is that victory is as painful as defeat for me.
But that's a good thing to know.
But at least I can console myself, at least with a House of Games towel and House of Games suitcase.
Amazing performance yesterday, Matt. Very well done. Michelle, you're doing pretty well on the weekly leaderboard. Should we take a look?
Yeah.
Here's how we're looking. Matt is out the lead on 11. You and Fred are tied on 8. Nothing anyone could do yesterday, though, right?
I mean, Matt, you were just storming ahead, weren't you? There was no chance. Maybe today. I think, you know, it could be our day, couldn't it, Fred? Potentially.
Just overlooking you there, Judy.
I don't mean it like that, Judy.
Understandably.
Judy, bottom of the leaderboard, but I think all week you've been providing motivation for some of the more, I'm going to say, emotionally fragile players.
Amongst us.
Should we take a look at the prizes for today?
Yeah.
Let's have a little look, shall we? You could walk home with one of these. There is a onesie there you could win yourself. A House of Games wash bag, alarm clock, a memory stick, and our old friend, what's that? Someone wants a fondue. Why, we have a fondue set. Judy, what do you think you'd take home?
I think I probably would take the onesie.
Oh, that'd be nice. Very, very cosy. Fred MacAulay.
Yep.
Matt won on Monday. He came straight back and won on Tuesday. Matt won on Wednesday. Can you come straight back and do him again?
Disappointingly, when I came in this morning, the engraver who does the trophy was asking me, is there an E at the end of Forde?
Oh, don't say that.
Fred, what would you take home if you were to win today, do you think?
Got to be the fondue set.
Be
I've got the salt and pepper.
Every day.
Eating experience.
Perfect.
Yep.
You've got towel and suitcase, fondue set and salt and pepper. You guys are good. You know what you're doing. Shall we get on? Play Thursday's House of Games. Our first game is King of the Jumble. Fingers on buzzers, please. I'm going to ask you 2 questions at a time. The answers are anagrams of each other. Here are your first 2 questions. Buzz in when you know both answers. Substance that makes up much of the Great Barrier Reef. And festive song often sung door to door. That is Fred MacAulay.
Coral, Carol.
Is it Coral and Carol? Good start to the show for Fred MacAulay. Well done. Nicely done. Here are your next 2 questions. Political party of Prime Minister David Lloyd George and a writing system composed of raised dots developed for blind people in the 19th century. Yes, that is Matt.
Liberal, Braille.
Liberal and Braille. They don't sound like anagrams, do they? No. But they are. Well done. Braille does not look like an anagram of liberal.
No, but it is, and I'm having the points.
Oh, yeah, listen. We'd take a point. I don't think we should take a point.
Oh, don't. Oh.
Now, here are your next 2. Range of colours visible in a rainbow. And what are these? That is Matt.
Spectrum, crumpet.
I'm going to give it to you, Matt. I will give it to you. It's crumpets and spectrum. Very well done. Here are your next 2 questions. The answers are anagrams, but what are they? Planet with moons Phobos and Deimos, and body parts missing from the Venus de Milo. Matt.
Mars, arms.
Mars Arms.
Oh, well done.
It's the best pub in space. That's absolutely right. Well done. Next 2 questions. Lady Gaga's 2009 UK #1 single, Bad What? And a surname of the UK Prime Minister from 2010 to 2016. Matt.
Romance, Cameron.
Is it Romance and Cameron? It is Romance Cameron. Romance Cameron, not an instruction. Please don't try that at home. Your next questions now. A long-edged weapon, Excalibur, for instance. And what is this song? Judy.
Sword and words.
Sword and words is the right answer, Judy. Well played. Here are your next two questions. 18th century law against groups of 12 or more people, and cheese, often used in stuffed pasta dishes. Matt.
I'm going to mess this right up.
You've taken too long.
Association.
I'm so sorry.
Association.
Go on.
And ricotta.
It is not association and ricotta. Anybody else? Fred.
Is it riot act and ricotta?
Riot act and ricotta. Beautifully done. Well played. Final question in this round. These two things are anagrams. What are they? Preserved cherry, often used in cocktails. Wind instrument played by artists including Bob Dylan and Stevie Wonder. Plural. Yes, Fred.
Mariachi harmonica. Z.
Oh, it's not mariachi, I'm afraid. Judy.
Maraschino and harmonicas.
Maraschino and harmonicas. It is. Very well done.
Thank you, Fred.
You did some of the heavy lifting there, Fred.
Yeah.
And then Judy was just at the net for
Knocked it off.
the final smash. Well done. Let's take a look at the scores at the end of that first round. Michelle yet to get off the mark. Judy and Fred have 2 points each. Matt Forde, early leader with 4 points. Well played, Matt. Let's get straight on to round two, shall we? Round two, it's usually a pairs game. The person in last place gets to choose. Don't forget, Michelle.
Okay.
So put your thinking cap on.
Yeah.
Round two today is distinctly average. We played this before. You were a team, weren't we? When we played this before.
Yeah. And it worked pretty well.
It did, yeah.
So I think we should stick at it.
Yep, you're staying with Matt?
Staying with Matt.
OK, Michelle staying with Matt. Judy staying with Fred. England v Scotland again for the third time this week. You know how we play it. Tablets out, please, everyone. I'm going to ask a question. They will both write down an answer, and we'll take the average for each pair. Here is your first question in distinctly average. According to the 2011 census, how many Welsh speakers are there in Wales? Anyone over the age of 3 who speaks, writes or reads Welsh? What do you think at home? What do you think in Wales? Especially, I hope you'll do rather well on this. Michelle, how many Welsh speakers were there in Wales in 2011? 50,000. You know your series Fantasy Homes by the Sea, which is my favourite programme in the world. What's the best Welsh seaside place?
Tenby.
Tenby?
Yeah, I didn't see many Welsh speakers there, so my figure could be
Well, the thing is, you can't tell just by seeing. That's the thing about it. Sometimes you've got to... if you just look, you don't know.
No, yeah.
Tenby. Tenby, Matt. That's where we're going to head after this.
OK.
So 50,000, says Michelle. You happy with that answer?
Gone a lot lower. Gone for 2,000.
2,000. OK. So
No.
your average, I think, is 26,000. 26,000 Welsh speakers. Judy, do you think they've gone too low or too high?
5,000.
5,000, says Judy. Fred, what are you thinking?
I've gone way higher than that. I've gone for 200,000.
200,000. Your average is 102,500. So 26,000 for Michelle and Matt, 102,500 for Judy and Fred. What do you think at home, particularly if you are Welsh? What do you reckon? You over 100,000, you under 100,000? How many Welsh speakers are there in Wales and who has won the point?
Oh,
562,000. 562,000. Point there to Judy and Fred. Well done. That's encouraging to hear, isn't it?
Yeah.
How lovely. 560,000 is a flourishing language. That's terrific. And here is your next question. According to research published by a major bank in September 2018, what's the average cost in pounds of moving house in the UK? That's removals, stamp duty, solicitors' fees, and so on. It's not the actual cost of the house. So just the cost of moving house.
Including stamp duty.
Including stamp duty. What do you reckon? Anyone who's just moved house would have a rough idea of this. It's a tricky one, Judy, isn't it? Trying to work out... Yeah, there's lots to work out. What have you gone with?
I went with 30k.
£30,000 says Judy. Fred, up or down?
Down 20k.
20k, so not a million miles apart from each other. So both happy with each other's answer there? Yeah, 25,000.
£10,000 apart.
Lovely. 25,000 is the average there for Judy and Fred. Matt Forde, what have you said?
Gone lower at 15,000.
15,000 says Matt Forde. We're all roughly in the same ballpark, those. Michelle?
Not really.
3,000 says Michelle. And you're the only property expert on the show.
This is going to look real bad.
Your average is £9,000. £9,000. So 25,000 plays 9,000. Which of those looks more convincing to you at home? What have you said? Let's find out, shall we? What is the average cost of moving house in the UK and who has won the point? 12,110. Point to Michelle and Matt. Very well done. Who was close there? Matt, very close. 15,000.
Very close.
Final question in this round. 1 point each so far in the battle between England and Scotland. Who's going to take it 2-1? Write down an answer to this, please. As the crow flies, what is the distance in miles between the cities of York in the UK and New York in the USA? As the crow flies, that distance in miles. You must have flown over to New York a number of times, Judy, with the boys.
Yeah, I can't say that I counted the miles, though. I wish I had.
What do you think at home? Have you got an answer here? And have we got an answer? Matt Forde, what are you saying?
5,100.
5,100. Based on anything or...?
I think it's roughly 5,000 from London to New York.
Oh, so you've added 100 for York?
Yeah.
OK.
The tilt of the earth or something.
Just, oh, yeah, for the tilt of the earth. Yeah. Michelle, what do you think?
300,000 I went for.
300,000.
Is there a New York on the moon?
Well, you would actually go slightly further than the moon for 300,000.
Yeah.
But, that feels like too far.
Sorry, Matt.
That's all right, mate.
Sorry.
I don't want a fondue set anyway.
Let's take a look, shall we, at your average. 152,550. Imagine the episodes of Mr. Bean you'd have to watch on that flight. Fred, have you gone 300,000?
I've just been sitting here humming that Proclaimers song. I would walk 500,000 miles. And I would walk 500,000 more. I've gone 3-3. I've gone low.
3,300.
Yep.
3,300, said Fred. I think I might have gone in the 3,000s, but I don't know the answer. Judy, you've done the journey most, probably.
I went for 5,000.
5,000 as well, same as Matt. Same as that. And are you confident with that?
I think it might be slightly less than that. I'm going for it's about 8 hours to fly, and it's about 500 miles an hour.
OK. Well, you and Matt have both sounded fairly convinced. Let's take a look at your average. 4,150. So if it's anywhere under about 76,000 miles, you're going to win the point. Let us find out, shall we? How many miles is it between the UK and New York? And who's won the point? Is it England or Scotland? 3,370 miles. Fred, look at that.
Close enough.
That's very, very impressive.
Very good.
I just put an extra note on by mistake, you see, an extra couple of ones.
Yeah, I was going to say you took 2 extra notes on. That is the end of the round. A point there to Fred and Judy. Very well done. Tablets away, please. We'll take a look at the scores. Michelle has 174,000 points. Oh, I'm sorry, one. That's 1 point. 4 points for Judy and Fred, closing the gap on Matt, who is still our leader with 5 points. Closer now, right? 3 more rounds to play on today's House of Games. Matt Forde has won 2. Fred has won 1. Who is going to win Thursday? Let's find out. Our next game is... Internet history. And we've got our own social network at the House of Games, which has been going for thousands of years. So we've got users going right back through history. I'm going to show you now some posts by these historical figures. You just have to tell me who they are. Fingers on buzzers, please. Your first post is this. Who is this, please? Hashtag lit. Hashtag penny for them. Matt has gone so early.
I think it's Guy Fawkes.
That's risky. Should we take a look at the other hashtags? Hashtag lost the plot. Hashtag remember, remember.
Very good.
And hashtag treasons to be cheerful. It was Guy Fawkes. Very well done. Let's take a look at our next historical figure. Who is this? Hashtag wartime hero. Hashtag gory wounds don't faze me. Hashtag Kingston Queen. Hashtag Crimea River. Hashtag nursing life. Judy.
Florence Nightingale.
Is it Florence Nightingale? It's not Florence Nightingale. Anybody else? Yes, Michelle.
Mother Teresa.
Is it Mother Teresa? It is not. Anyone else? Let's take a look. Mary Seacole was the answer. Mary Seacole. Here's our next historical figure. Who is this, please? Hashtag high energy. Hashtag I woke up like this. Hashtag another day at the patent office. Hashtag it's all relative. Hashtag finally a Nobel. Yes, Fred.
Albert Einstein?
Is it Albert Einstein? It is Albert Einstein. Well done. Next figure. Who posted this, please? Hashtag vote leave. Hashtag Mrs. Pressatagus. Hashtag Colchester or bust. Hashtag redheads set the world on fire. Hashtag I came, I seen, I conquered. Yes, Fred.
I mean, Veni Vidi Vici was Roman times, but is it Boudica?
Is it Boudica, the Queen of the Iceni? It is Boudica. Very well played. Here is our final post. Who has posted this on the House of Games social network? Hashtag woke dreams. Hashtag ego. Hashtag your mum. Yes, Fred.
Sigmund Freud?
Is it Sigmund Freud? Sigmund Freud. Hashtag fair psyche and totes analytical. Well played, Fred.
You know, I knew that was Freud, and I was just waiting for that third one, and then I should have just gone.
Ah, it's a Freudian slip. And that's the end of that round. Let's take a look at the scores. Michelle.
I've had a shocker.
You have had a shocker, haven't you?
Yeah.
Judy, you're on 4. Matt on 6. We have a new leader, ladies and gentlemen, the King of Scotland himself, Fred MacAulay, on 7 points. This is going to be a battle royale. Judy, you're only 3 points behind. You could still win this one. You could still do this. So 2 rounds to go. Round 4 is... And the answer isn't. Now, you all did a little bit of homework for this one before the show, and I'm going to ask each of you a question. There will be 4 possible answers. One of those answers is the correct answer. The other 3 have been written by your opponents. If you give me the correct answer, you get yourself a point. If you give me an incorrect answer, you've just gifted a point to whoever wrote it. So can you get a correct answer, and can you fool your opponents? See if you can see the correct one here. Michelle, we will start with you. This is your question. What unusual gift did Henry III of England receive from the King of Norway in 1252? Was that gift a customs union? Was that gift the Shetland Islands? Was that gift a polar bear? Or was that gift a pair of wooden skis? One of those is a correct answer. 3 of them were written by your opponents. They'd all be unusual gifts.
Yeah. A polar bear. That sounds like the most unusual.
Polar bear, Michelle is going for. Is that the correct answer? It is the correct answer. Well played. Point for you and nothing for anybody else. Customs Union was...
That was me.
Matt Falk. I knew it was me. I knew it was me. Shetland Islands was...
Me.
Fred. And wooden skis was Judy. Very well played. So they were quite convinced, apart from Customs Union, they were convincing alternatives. Matt, question for you.
OK.
Answer me this, please. What is the French name for a walkie-talkie? Is it talkie-walkie? Is it le marché-parler? Is it marché-tâché? Or is it pied-à-terre? One of those is correct. The other three were written by Michelle, Judy and Fred.
They all sound made up.
Well, everything's made up.
Well, they all sound fictional.
What do you think at home on this one?
I don't think it's either of the last two. I think it's the second one, Le Marché Parler.
You're going to go with Le Marché Parler. Is that the correct answer?
Oh!
It is not the correct answer. First, let's see what is the correct answer. Talkie-walkie.
Oh, I knew it was going to be a little trick.
And you've just given a point to someone else as well. Who has Matt given a point to?
Me.
Judy Murray. That's nice.
That's very kind of you, thank
Judy
you.
Murray. Pied-à-terre was Michelle and Marché Taché.
I could have guessed that was Fred's.
I think I might have gone Marché Taché. So, talkie-walkie, well done if you got that. Judy, your turn now.
Okay.
Question for you, 4 possible answers. What was the name of the last private resident of 10 Downing Street who moved out in the 1730s? Was it Lord Percival Pasquale, brackets Joe's ancestor? Was it William the Conqueror? Was it Mr. Chicken? Or was it the 5th Earl of Battersea? One of those is correct. 3 of them written by your opponents. What are we thinking, Judy?
I think it needs to be the 5th Earl of Battersea.
Let's find out, is that the correct answer? It's not. What out of those 3 is the correct answer? Mr. Chicken is the correct answer. Mr. Chicken. Judy, you've given a point to someone. Who wrote the 5th Earl of Battersea? Fred MacAulay. Well done, sir. Point to Fred. And I'm going to guess William the Conqueror and Joe Pasquale's ancestor. Right, Fred, you are last in this round.
Yep.
Can you spot the fakes here? Can you truffle out the real answer? What is the title of the play on which the 1942 film Casablanca was based? Was that play The White House of My Summers? Was it Some Like It Hot? Was it Escape from the White House? Or was it Everybody Comes to Rick's?
OK, I'm going to discount Some Like It Hot and Everybody Comes to Rick's. And I'll go with Escape from the White House.
Was the play called Escape from the White House? It was not. What was the answer? Everybody Comes to Rick's. Oh. Well done if you said that at home. Terrific answer. You've just given a point to someone. Who wrote Escape from the White House?
Me.
Judy. What a round you're having, Judy Murray. So point to Judy Murray. That's the end of that round. Well played. Some Like It Hot was Michelle, and Matt, you wrote The White House of My Summers. How lovely. You should write that as a novel.
Quite romantic for you.
Well, I've never seen Casablanca, but I thought that sounds like White House.
Yeah,
and then I wanted
absolutely.
to make it sound like it was a play.
And you didn't put brackets starring Joe Pasquale. Right. On Monday, Matt won. On Tuesday, Fred won. On Wednesday, Matt won. Who is going to win today? Let's take a little look at the scores with 1 round to go. 2 points for Michelle. Very close up the top, though. Matt and Judy, you have 6 points each. Fred, is he going to get a second win of the week? 8 points. 1 round to go. It's exciting stuff. Last round, as always, is Answer Smash. Fingers on buzzers, everybody. Here we go. There'll be a picture, there'll be a clue underneath. Smash the answers together. Point for a correct answer, point off for an incorrect answer. Your first category is singer-songwriters. Those will be the pictures. Smash them into the clues below, please. Good luck, one and all. Here is your first question. Which cocktail is made using vodka and ginger beer? None of them are even risking it. Quite right, just keeping their counsel. Do you know this one at home? Let's take a look. Tori A. Moscow Mule. Tori Amos and Moscow Mule. Here is your next singer-songwriter. Which comedy duo played Mark and Jeremy in the TV comedy Peep Show? Yes, Matt.
Joni Mitchell and Webb.
Joni Mitchell and Webb is the right answer, Matt. Well played, Joni Mitchell. Mitchell and Webb. It gets tenser. Next category. Punctuation marks. Those will be the pictures, be clues underneath. Which painting by John Everett Millais shows a Shakespeare character drowning? Nope.
Nope.
Let me show you. It is apostrophelia. Apostrophe and Ophelia.
All right.
Well, I don't know if you said that at home. These lot are so terrified of losing a point. No. On Monday, you'd be like, Next punctuation mark, next clue. Which actor was previously the frontman for the Funky Bunch? Matt.
Exclamation marky mark.
Exclamation marky mark. Yep, exclamation marky mark. Or you could have had exclamation mark Wahlberg. Got yourself another point. Well done. Next punctuation. This is so close now. Aretha Franklin sang with the Eurythmics on which 1985 song? Shall I time you out? Mm-hmm. I think that's an ellipsis, isn't it? So it'd be an ellipsisters are doing it for themselves. Oh, wow. Ellipsisters are doing it for themselves. Very good. Well, I don't know if you said that at home. Next category. This is the cagiest this round has ever been. Oh, this is quite exciting, though. Historical figures, those will be the pictures. Which Sheffield band was co-founded by Alex Turner in 2002? Fred MacAulay.
Joan of Arctic Monkeys.
It's super close at the moment, you know that, don't you? It is Joan of Arctic Monkeys, well done. Here is your next one. Fred, have you done it right at the last second with Joan of Arctic Monkeys?
Yes, yeah.
Let's find out, shall we? Who has won Thursday's House of Games? Has Matt won his third one? Or has Fred won his second one? Or do we have a tie-break? Fred MacAulay by 1 point is our winner. Well played, Fred. Fred, you've already told us what you're going to take home, but will you confirm?
I will confirm. It's the fondue set.
Yes.
The House of Games fondue set goes to the King of Scotland himself, Mr. Fred MacAulay. Well played. Shall we take a look at the weekly leaderboard? We have 1 day to go. That is double points Friday, tomorrow. And the leaderboard looks like this going into it. Judy, you have 5. Michelle, you have 9. Fred, 12. Matt, 14 points. Double points Friday, 8 points for a win tomorrow. 6 for second, 4 for third, 2 for last place. Another brilliant show. Congratulations, everyone. That was loads and loads of fun. 1 more day to go. 1 more day, we'll be handing out that trophy. I will see you all here tomorrow. Looking forward to it already. We'll see you here as well on the House of Games.
I have no experience of this.
Kiss it, kiss it.